you've listened to our other radio reps and find out in fives, you know by now that our minds naturally focus on challenges and difficulties rather than what's going well. You'll also know that we can't just switch this off, and trying to ignore it for long is impossible. Very commonly, our thoughts go around and around in our head, and we can get hooked by them, reacting to them, and this can influence how we feel, how our body responds, and how we behave. Our radio rep, I'm Having the Thought, looked at what can happen when we respond a little differently to the thoughts when they're showing up. It was about noticing and naming them, and even that little change can make a difference. It gives us a chance to decide whether a thought is helpful and can shift where we have our attention and focus. This radio rep is similar in that it offers a different way to respond to thoughts. This one is really playful. It doesn't mean that we're not taking distress seriously. It's more that this playful approach can be a good fit for some people. If that's not you, please remember that no exercise suits all. As with all of our radio reps, engage with this as far as you feel comfortable. You could have a go, listen along, or think about something else for the next few minutes. You can always come back to it at a later time, or find exercises that could be a good fit for you on our website. As with all of these exercises, as we've said, it can feel a little different and strange at first, like wearing in that new pair of shoes. As far as possible, try to be curious about it. This exercise is all about being playful with and creating distance from our thoughts, rather than judging them or getting hooked into them. Start by making yourself as comfortable as possible. Try to signal to your mind that you're about to do some work with it by holding yourself in an alert position if you can. Usually, this means supporting your head to look forward with your shoulders back. Give your shoulders a quick roll if it helps. Let your eyes gently close or fix them on a point in front of you. And for now, just breathe in and out. Notice the sound and feel of your breath as you breathe and as your rib cage expands and contracts. Now I invite you to notice what thoughts are showing up. Again, it's best to practice this on some fairly low-level thoughts rather than the ones that are causing you the most difficulty if you can. Maybe think about something that's been a little bit irritating today or some small frustration that you've had. A little bit like practicing driving on a quiet road before you expect yourself to do it on a motorway. I'm going to think about not being able to park and thinking I'd be late, which is quite clear in my mind today. Allow your thought to show up. Notice whether any emotions come with it or whether your body automatically reacts to it. Now I'd like to invite you to say the thought, either silently or out loud in your own voice. Just for an example, my thought is, I'll never park and I'll be really late for work. I can already feel a little bit of tension in my body as I say it. As we go through this exercise, we're going to play around with that thought. We're going to use different tones and volumes and voices. So to begin with, I'd like to invite you to say the thought, again silently out loud, in, say, a high-pitched voice. Try it again in a maybe low-pitched voice. Or a quiet voice, like a whisper. And then maybe again in a loud voice, like you're trying to talk to somebody in a loud, crowded room. Just experiment with saying each word in a different high or low volume. I'm wondering whether you're noticing anything different in how you're experiencing that thought. I'm going to try a few other things now. So I'd like to invite you to say the thought, again silently or out loud, like a cartoon character. And I'm probably showing my age a bit here, but you could try Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or Scooby-Doo. Now I'd like to invite you to say the thought again, silently out loud, in any voice you'd like. It could be a movie star, for example, TV, film or book character. I always prefer a kind of dramatic opera style here, but I'm going to spare you from doing that out loud. When you've had a chance to play a little more with that, we're going to stop the exercise and just notice what that experience was like. It can be a little strange to begin with, and it's common for thoughts like, am I doing this right, to show up? Did you laugh? But what can also happen is that we create a little bit of distance from the thought. So for me, my initial thought of, I'll never park, I'm going to be late, that led to a bit of tension in my body, felt a little bit smaller and further away. I had a bit of space to think about other possible ways that tomorrow morning could play out. It's still important to notice that we're not getting into whether the thought is true or not. It's about creating that little bit of distance. My mind was again trying to protect me by seeing potential problems, and it wasn't helpful, it was distracting. So creating some space for that thought maybe helped me to carry on doing what was important for me. It means that we can take a different perspective. It helps us to see other options, and that can be really useful. We hope you found this helpful. Being playful is just one way to approach creating a little bit of distance from your thoughts. Please visit yorkhospitals.nhs.uk and look for psychological medicine, or search for Radio Reps to listen again, find other similar exercises, or to find all of our self-help resources and information.